Guys, Crystal here from Homemaking on the Homestead, and today I was really trying to figure out, okay, I want to talk to you all about something and trying to figure out what it was. And then I realized, I'm just going to share with you a little bit of some struggles that I've had this last week or two or more. Nothing big, but it's enough to just kind of pull you down sometimes and give you that, I don't know, that it kind of a depressed mood, I guess, but it's not like serious depression, but I like to call it, I'm in a funk, I'm just kind of like, how do you pull yourself out of these kind of things sometimes? So I tell you what did it for me was April. And happy May, by the way. I know this isn't my first video in May, but happy May to everybody. But, I had a very wet April. It ended up being the wettest April on record, if you can believe that, which is a lot. I'm sure we had well over 10 inches of rain through the month of April. And there were a few nice days here and there, in between all that rain. What that does is just put like a pall over so many things. At least for me, it did. I know some people aren't bothered by it. I've talked to people that have lived in this area, for their whole life. The Pacific Northwest, that's where I'm at. And rain doesn't bother them at all. They just love the rainy days. But I enjoy rainy days, certainly, but when it's nearly every single day and the skies continue to be so gray all the time, and you don't even get that little hint of sunshine anywhere in your day. It's just gray. And day after day after day, the rain just falls. You can't really go outside unless you want to get absolutely soaked. And pretty soon it really starts to just kind of feel yucky and depressive and puts me in a not great mood and in kind of a funk, That's why I call it that way. I don't even know. It's not the right use of the word because I think that's a type of music or something that I don't know anything about. But this morning I woke up and still felt kind of just down. I was a little bit cranky. And I laid there in bed as I was waking up, and the first thing that I realized was it wasn't raining. I was like, well, that's nice, at least it's not raining. And in fact, my husband was starting to wake up, and I said to him, listen, I don't hear any rain falling out there. I got up and went through my normal morning routine, still feeling kind of cranky and still feeling just like, ugh, and praying to the Lord that I could just somehow kind of just find a way out of this mood. There's nothing I can do about the weather. That is way beyond my control. But I can do something about me and how I'm responding to it. And so I really prayed about that. I told my husband, I said, what I think I need is a really nice long walk. I need to go outside because it's not raining, and a walk just sounds like the perfect thing. And not just a quick walk, but I wanted to go out for a nice long walk. And my husband thought that was a great idea too. He's also been feeling a little bit because of all the rain. So we went ahead and set out for our walk, and I realized as I'm walking, it was just so nice to be outside and not to be poured on. And there was no sunshine. It was still gray skies, but it was just nice to get outside and to breathe fresh air. Sometimes when my husband and I walk together, we do lots of chatting, talking, anything that's relevant going on, and all kinds of other topics. He and I are big talkers, and we will talk about all kinds of things. And we did a little bit of that as we walked, but we both walked in kind of a quiet reflectiveness, I think. And it was perfect. It was perfect for both of us. And I spent so much of that quiet time just, praying. And then I started kind of looking around me and remembering some of the things that I always find to be the most important when you are going through, or when I am going through, one of these types of moods, is gratitude and being grateful and thankful And when I looked around, one of the things that I first took notice of was how green everything looks around my area. And of course, I live up in the mountains. There's lots of trees and lots of green all around me. And that is the best thing about that, all the rain, is that it does provide a whole lot of greenery around me. And so I just really started focusing on that and all the different shades of green, the green moss on the trees, the green grass, the darker green of the fir trees, and how absolutely beautiful all that was. Then I started realizing that despite the rain, the flowers were still making an appearance. And it was just like this contrast of these bursts of color that I would see. Okay, my husband just had walked in, and I had to stop for a minute because apparently we have a goat on the loose, and I needed to see if I could lend him a hand in getting him back in, but apparently he's very busy eating, and he said he would go take care of it. So eating all the fresh grass on the other side of the fence. Grass is always better on the other side of the fence, right? Anyway, okay, back to those pops of color, those blooms. It just was so encouraging to me to see that, because it was like just God speaking to my heart and telling me that, that hope, that confident assurance that I talked about for March's word for the month, and it just made me feel so refreshed and so encouraged. That's all I can say. It's like I have so much to be grateful for, so much to be thankful for, and I really need to spend my time focused on those things when the days get dark and the days are gloomy, and remember that God's promises, God's love, God's blessings in my life are so huge that there really isn't any room for me to be feeling in that, down, depressed, funky mood. I talked to my husband about the thoughts going through my mind, and he was having similar thoughts of gratitude and gratefulness for the blessings of life, and and just kind of shaking off that pall that just kind of has sat over both of us for this last month. As we were walking home, the most enjoyable thing that happened was I saw a little bit of blue sky. Didn't see any sunshine yet, but I saw a little bit of blue sky. And it just was like it had opened up in the clouds, and there it was. And I was just like totally in awe that God would give me one more sign of that hope, and to know that those sunny days are going to come eventually, and those days of warmer weather are going to come, and we're going to get out of this season that we're in and move on to warmer days. And in the meantime, focus on that gratitude list, focus on that thankfulness. And, we ended up walking about 3 miles in total, and we're gone met a neighbor on the way and talked, and, that kind of thing. And then ended up being gone for maybe an hour, and I just came home, and it felt so good. That's all I can say, is it felt so good. I feel like I've hit the restart button now, and can move on. But today's video, I just wanted to share that type of thing going on in my life, and maybe it will speak to one of you, and maybe some of you are dealing with that, or maybe you've dealt with that. And feel free to leave comments and share your thoughts on those down days, those days that you just wake up and you feel lost, or you just feel like things aren't right in your life, and how you get out of them. How do you move forward on that? So I just wanted to share that, and how I did that today, and that I am feeling so much better, and I hope that this encourages somebody else too. All right, you guys, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.